Well, hello my friends, I'm so glad that you are here, and for today's Vlogtober I'm going to be sharing with you some of my fall favorites, some of the things that I've been using over the years and still love, and some of the new things that I have added. So I wanted to start with I'm going to start with some of the DIYs that I had created this year that I absolutely love. There were plenty. If you want to check them all out, you can head on over to my DIY channel. I do tons of thrift store makeovers, dollar store, like a Dollar Tree DIYs, as well as high-end dupes. So there's a lot, but one of the ones that kind of stuck with me and I absolutely love is this little witch. I just think she's so cute. I think she's gonna be a girl, and this was an inspiration from Michael's, I believe, and all the materials were either things that I had at home or things that I had purchased. Like the head came from Dollar Tree and the body came from Dollar Tree. It's just a clay pot from I think Dollar Tree or Dollarama. It was a set of 3, and I just think she's so cute. She sits over on my tier tray that's right there, not that one, but this one right here, and her feet dangle, and I just think she's so cute. So that was my favorite DIY, and there's another one which I will get to in a minute. And then for decor pieces, I had purchased, thrifted actually, or bought it off of Facebook Marketplace, which I will put right here. It's a wagon, and it's sitting outside on my front porch with all the pumpkins. It is a bit of a vintage looking wagon, which I love, and I think it looks great on my front porch. And if you want to see that video and the full front porch tour, make sure you head on over to my home channel. And now we're going to go into some of the home stuff, and I have makeup, clothing, and all that sort of stuff. So I have been enjoying, I always find that you have to have a perfect mug for the perfect season. I love my Disney mugs. I have tons of them. There's a couple on my tier tray that I will reach over when I'm feeling nostalgic, and I will have my coffee in a Disney mug. That's Halloween. I also have Christmas Disney mugs, and I have everyday Disney mugs. But this year I wanted something a little bit different, and I had DIY'd this mug also on my DIY channel, and I've been using it and loving it. I love the size of it. This was a thrifted mug, so I just did a little water slide decals on top of it that says it's fall, y'all, and I think it is absolutely adorable, and I love having coffee in it, or tea. And then speaking of coffee or tea, I like to add 2 things into my coffee, and I've talked about several times about this coconut milk. It is actually coconut and almond blend. It's toasted coconut. It has 50 calories, no sugar added, and combined with the pumpkin spice syrup, which is also sugar-free syrup, for a fancy coffee. It tastes absolutely delicious. I have a full video actually on this channel on some of my favorite fall drinks and how I make them. So if you want to see how I make the coffee, head on over there. If you want to see how I make my pumpkin chai tea, you can head on over there. This is from David's Tea, and it looks absolutely beautiful on the inside with all the little chunks of cinnamon and pumpkin candies. It's black tea. It does smell like pumpkin, and it tastes delicious. So you can now, I think you can only purchase David's Tea online in Canada, anyways in Ontario. Not sure anywhere else, but that is definitely one of my favorites, and I always buy a big tin so it lasts me well past the season, because I do enjoy drinking it most fall, winter, spring, coldish weather. So now we are going to move on to clothing. Oh, and I also wanted to mention some of my favorite foods, and that will definitely, for me, it's pumpkin pie all the way. I don't eat pumpkin pie any time of the year except in October. I enjoy a couple slices of pie, sometimes more than a couple slices, with some whipped cream, and to me it is the best dessert. I have never had pumpkin pie until I moved to Canada, and I think I didn't even have it until I moved in with my now husband, when I tried the pumpkin pie for the first time. Or maybe I did try it at one of the daycare placements that I had while in school, but I wasn't a big fan. But I did realize that I have to have the whipped cream with it, because it just does not taste the same. Let me know what your favorite food is, if you have fall food that you absolutely love. To me, that is it. I also love apple crisp, but I think pumpkin pie definitely takes the first place, along with pumpkin spice latte. But I do make my own version of it just to save the calories, so I can have that slice of pumpkin pie. And then for clothing, now, if you've been following along, you know I have 2 puppies. They're quite large, and we go out for walks every single day. And in Ontario, in fall, it can be winter in the morning, fall, spring in the midday, like early afternoon. There'll be summer in the afternoon, fall in winter, fall in the early evening, and then winter through the night. So it's hard to dress when you're going for a walk, because if you go for a 40-minute walk like we do, sometimes you start, it's kind of cool, but by the time you're done, you want to strip off all your clothing because you're so hot. So I had picked this up at a Columbia outlet, and it is a jacket. Now it's a little bit longer, just so you kind of see at the front, and it kind of flares up at the bottom. I'm gonna see if I can put it on so you kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. So it's, as you can see, it's a little bit tighter here, and then it flares up, and it's a little bit longer at the back. It has nice deep pockets, and it's not lined, but it's very breathable. And I find this is perfect for those times, because if I put a sweater on, I am too hot by the end of it. And if I don't put a sweater on, I'm cold at the beginning of it. And this one seems to kind of balance that out, because it's not too thick and it's not too thin. And if it drizzles, it doesn't have a hood, but if it drizzles, at least your body is protected. I do have a raincoat that I wear in case if it rains, but that one works really well for those uncertain times in the morning. And now I'm going to move on to some of my favorite candles, and then I have some skincare as well. So for years now, I have been buying and enjoying these 2 candles mostly. Then I have others that I buy alongside of it, but I love these. Definitely are 2 of my favorite scents. So this is by Yankee Candle. It's the Honey Crisp Apple Cider, and it honestly smells like fresh apple with a hint of cinnamon. It is so good. It's not too sweet, and I just love the way it smells. I actually have this in my bathroom beside my bathtub because it has such a nice soft scent. And then this one, which I also have in a plug-in, it is the sweet cinnamon pumpkin, and I also love apple pumpkin as well, but this year I have been definitely going for the sweet cinnamon pumpkin more than the apple pumpkin that I have done previous years. And then for the body scent, now I like to change out my lotion as well as my body spray for the season, and unfortunately the one that I absolutely loved, which I think it was apple honeysuckle, countryside apple honeysuckle or something like that it was called. I know they no longer have it, so this one does come close. It is And it smells like when you cut into a fresh, very like in season apple and you get that whiff of apple smell. That's what I find that these two smell. They're good. I like them. I've been using them now for 2 years, but I do find that the other one that I had smelled so much better. And I wish that Bath and Body Works would not take my favorite scents away and then never bring them back. I did ask whether there was anything similar to it, and nobody knew even what I was talking about. So I guess new staff maybe. So that's what I like. And then for the face, now I didn't want it to get too much into the face stuff because I'm gonna have a totally separate video for that, but I did feel that there were a couple items that I should mention. So I have been using the overnight sleep hydrating mask. As the weather's getting colder, my skin's getting drier. And sometimes too many masks, if they're not moisturizing, don't really do me good for my face. I do like this one. You put it on before bed, you leave it on overnight, you wake up, you wash it off, and it is super hydrating. It leaves your skin absolutely soft and smooth. And the best part, I have a code for this, which will be linked down below if you want to try it yourself. I've had it now for a while. I use it once a week at least, and as you can see, I still have lots left. And then when I'm not using a mask at night, I like to add some of this xoxo oil, or it's organic face oil, or Revitalizing organic face oil, and it I use the little kapshi, I don't even know what it's called. I'll put it in one of those stone things to apply it. And I had a video where I did a cozy morning routine, and I think it was part of our day routine or something. It feels like you're having a facial when you're spreading this oil with that, and just the whole experience feels so good. So, and I also have a link for this one if you want to try it out yourself. If you are suffering with a dry skin, like it's dry now, it's going to get drier as it gets colder outside, this helps keep the moisture in, for me anyways. So if you want to give it a try, there will be a link in the description box. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk to you about is the book that I'm almost finished. I've been reading it for a good part of October. And I think I got it wet. I'm sure I got it wet in my bathtub too. It's the Lucy Foyley's The Guest List. This was part of my fall reads list over on my blog that I shared as well. And I am loving it. It is also the book club book that I chose. So I will have a whole book club day evening for you, how I host it and all that stuff coming up later on. But if you want to get a good mystery book, try this one. It is good. Also, speaking of books, I also wanted to mention a couple of fall movies that I've been watching. So I've talked about my fall bucket list, and I talked about some of the movies that I want to watch. I also have a blog post on fall movies, and I love You've Got Mail. It is one of my favorite fall movies. And now that we're getting closer to Halloween, I have already watched the Hocus Pocus. I want to watch Haunted Mansion. I watch these every year, but I want to watch Haunted Mansion. I want to watch Goonies. And there was actually just one that popped up on Netflix that I have not seen, and I think it's with Adam Sandler, and I don't know what her name is, but the mom from Modern Family, the blonde lady. Can't remember what her name is, but there's a movie, and it seems to be a popular movie in top 10, so I want to check that one out. Let me know if you had watched it. Can't remember what it's called. If I find it, I'll link it up above. And let me know if you had watched it, and if you did, what you thought of it. Let me know what your favorite Halloween movie is, or a fall movie that's not scary, because I don't like scary ones. Not a fan. don't like to be startled. And also anything else that your favorite, that you have a favorite of and fall, I would love to know what it is, because I would love to try it if I haven't tried it. So until next time, hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.